I'm here to discuss a series of books that's in 2 middle schools and 18 of the 34 high schools. This series is called Assassination Classroom. It has more than a dozen books in the series. I handed Mr. Blumberg a printout. I would have hoped you guys would have looked at it, but I guess I will have to show a few of the pictures here. It depicts murder in the classroom. It depicts some very despicable acts in the classroom. Some of the things that this book talks about is assassinate your teacher. I've been wanting to kill a teacher. So this book depicts killings, murders, and sexual images. Supposedly, it's rated ages 16 and up. And here's a quote what the author says about it. Kill is a fascinating word. It's often used but rarely put into action. So I decided to create a story centered around this unique word. If you enjoy it, you can kill me now and I'll die happy. One of the basic tenets of the United States is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Yet this author wrote a series of books that speaks about killing, murder, and assassination. Now, I don't have to repeat what has happened these past few weeks, but that's a very antithesis of life. With these books available in middle schools and high schools in Wake County, what is the literary value of these books? What possibly could they teach that is positive and life-affirming? These books talk about killing teachers, murder, assassination. How can you, in good conscience, allow these in our schools? And some of you board members prattle on, some of the previous board members prattle on about these horrible acts of violence that have occurred in our society, where people have lost their lives. But you, Wake County School Board, allow these types of books in the schools, talking about assassinations of kids, of students. And then you wonder why there is violence. These books need to be removed from each public school library now. Wake County needs to have a public school rating system on these books that needs to be age appropriate. They need to warn of violence, of murder, assassination, inappropriate sex, any other topic that might need to be looked at. We need to develop this. We don't have it. We have the abilities. Please keep these types of books out of our kids. A 16-year-old, in my opinion, should not be reading a book talking about killing a teacher. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Colleen Miller, followed by David Greenough. Colleen Miller, followed by David Greenough.
Good evening. Thank you all for the opportunity to speak tonight. For the record, I have a grandchild in Wake County Middle School, and my daughter graduated from Enloe High School in 2000. So I'm a grandma here. But I kind of changed my plans because Becky stole my thunder. I was going to talk about those books too. I was astounded when I heard these books were in Wake County schools, and it's horrifying. I want to start off with reading from a book. So we got story time, ladies and gentlemen. So if your kids are in the room, anybody watching, you might want to mute this. The Haters by Jesse Andrews. Summary of concerns about this book is it contains obscene sexual activity, sexual commentary, excessive and frequent profanity. On page 101, it was definitely my boner. No one was awake to stare and discuss at the lurchy jailbreak of my sleep boner. Still had the boner, masturbating in a brisk, business-like manner into the sink with the hotel conditioner. Page 102. Well, I don't know either, but it looks like jizz. Now, the language is not good English. Just keep that in mind. Well, it's true or false. That's your jizz in our sink. Shut up about Wes jizzing in the sink. Rinsing isn't always enough to get jizz all the way out of the sink. But I figured it wasn't just awkward because I had masturbated in the hotel sink. Page 265, she guided me onto my back and pulled me on the bottom of my briefs, and I pushed them over my knees and feet and was completely naked and not hard at all. She straddled me and pulled her top off, and her breasts flopped out, and I heard them more than saw them. She reached behind herself and kind of carefully took my not hard dick into one and pretty into one. And I couldn't really think about anything else. And pretty soon after I was hard and she shook her hand away, I heard her opening some little crinkly package. I could feel and felt her put the cool plastic middle of the condom snugly on the front of my dick. Like, anyway, you get the, I don't want to read anymore. I'm sick of it. You get the image. You get the count on the words used in this book. Ass was 18, bitch 6, cunt 1, dick 77. The F word was 196. The GD word 6, piss 10, the P word for girl parts 5, and the SH word 121 times. If to me, that book has no business in any public school. How many billions of dollars do we spend on education every year in our public schools? What a waste of money these books are. There are hundreds of like books in our public schools. I have seen them for myself. I have read some of them, and they're disgusting. They make me want to vomit. So what I need from you, I ask from you, is you find a way to keep these books like this out of the hands of minor students, like Becky suggested. A way to rate them and keep them away from our students. Why do we need to waste our money on these books? Thank you.
Our next speaker is